As we get ready to turn the page on 2024, there are some new laws that go into effect on January 1st. Matt Mathias spoke to local lawmakers and has the latest on what we need to know before ringing in the new year. Matt.
Yeah, thanks, Jen. Dozens of bills were passed over the course of the year, but today we'll look to highlight some of the key pieces of legislation that may impact you and your loved ones. Bills of all kinds were passed by the Pennsylvania General Assembly over the past year. The impact of those decisions in Harrisburg will likely be seen and felt in Erie, one of those being increased funding to public schools.
Hopefully it helps keep toe the line on property tax increases. By getting extra funds from the state, that means we have to rely less on property owners.
Legislators are also hoping to reel in costs, already helping members of our older population.
Senior citizens who are eligible are going to receive more money back in their property tax and rent rebates, able to expand the pool of money available and expand the number of people who can now go into that program.
And several laws and changes go into effect at the start of the year, several focused on keeping Pennsylvanians healthy. For one, biomarker testing will be covered by a variety of insurance plans, including Medicaid. The bill is especially personal to Representative Bizzarro, a childhood leukemia survivor.
We all know somebody who's suffering from some type of cancer or terminal illness. This pinpoints that early, and it helps develop an effective treatment plan.
In line with medical care, the Commonwealth is expanding, expecting mothers access to doulas. Doulas are professionals trained in emotional, physical, and educational support for mothers. Their care significantly increases successful labor and birth. This expansion significantly helps Black and Latino Pennsylvanians who face more barriers to care.
And I think that being able to really forge past those barriers is going to allow more women and babies to have optimal outcomes. And I think that it is an incredibly responsible and necessary call in terms of legislation, honestly.
What's more is first responders will now be eligible for compensation if they develop PTSD.
This isn't a normal job where it's 9 to 5. You're dealing with shootings, you're dealing with murders, you're dealing with violent car accidents, violent accidents, and it can affect you.
Mirsky hopes in the next year the Pennsylvania House and Senate can get more done together. He says in the past year the House has passed over 300 bills, and in the Senate only 10% of those bills were passed.
That's frustrating sometimes because then we all get lumped in and people feel like none of us are working hard, and we're working hard in the House.
In other news, lawmakers and state officials, including state Supreme Court judges and even Governor Josh Shapiro, are getting a raise, and that number is about by 3.4%. Jen.